YB stays on your neck.
He's on my neck.
I don't want to gate crash these photos, but Derek, you said beforehand it's seek and destroy. That's exactly what you've done there. Talk us through that fight and how it went.
Hey, listen, to those who don't know, this is number 40 fight for me. I'm an old boy in this game. And listen, I just came to seek and destroy. You know, I figure out if he catches me, he catches me, but if I catch him, he's gone.
Yo, my dance, make sure you hit that like button, comment, subscribe, and obviously hit the bell for notifications. So obviously, after Chisora turned David Plummer into his namesake, turned him straight back into plumbing, yeah? I've spoken to, I can now confirm, the YB sources inside David the Plummer Price's camp have essentially come out and said that he's actually asked the YB to put out a message. Anyone who runs any kind of, any kind of utility operation, or any type of utility firm, so anyone who's in the plumbing, anyone who's in the electric, any one of them ones there, Dave Price is looking for a new vocation, yeah, occupation, sorry, yeah, vocation, I think that's the word. Either way, Dave Price is looking for a new occupation, primarily, ideally, in the plumbing sector, yeah, no doubt. Listen, I said myself, don't get me wrong, I would be less than a plumber, yeah, I'd be on the street begging. You best believe, before Dave Price. So, Dave Price is a much bigger man than me. That said, Chisora tonight, march forward, way too much pressure. Yeah, that kind of pressure there is what you call, that there would, never mind Plummer, never mind towels being thrown in, that there will make Deontay Wilder's legs fold. Yeah, I've seen Wilder in there, back in the amateurs. Oh, he's an amateur. Oh, man, he's an amateur back then. No, nothing to do back then. Yeah, same now. Yeah, did you see Derek Chisora's head movement tonight? Did you see it? Are you mad? Do you know what happened to Wilder? Chisora will roll, he'll roll, step in, bang a left hook. Wilder in the meantime would have been thinking about his right hand. What do you think's happened then? What do you think when Wilder gets caught with a you know, Chisora tonight is even added like the Povetkin left hook where he kind of jumps into it. Do you know how devastating that's going to be when Wilder gets timed halfway through a right hand? Do you know where that left hook's going? Do you know? Have you not seen it? I'll tell you what to do. Any of you Wilder fans, any of you catch your last Wilder fans, I'll tell you what to do. Go and type it on YouTube. Teddy Atlas exposes Deontay Wilder, and you'll see what happens to Wilder when he throws his right hand. He throws his right hand in his chin. I don't know. I've got this weird thing. It's like any of you UFC fans will appreciate this, but I did a video a few months ago on Ben Askren versus Jorge Masvidal, and the way that when Masvidal hit him with that flying knee, essentially what happened was he got frozen in time. Ben Askren, he was flat on his back, but he was still in his stance. His orthodox, so he had his lead foot, he had his left foot literally in the air. But it wasn't like in the air straight out. He was bent as if he was actually in his stance. He had his lead hand in front of his face. Does that make sense? He was in a fighting stance, but he was on his back. Does that make sense? He'd inverted 90 degrees. No, in fact, no. You know, in maths they do like look at vectors and whatnot. All that had happened was let's look at, imagine a piece of graph paper. Yeah. All that had happened is that this dude had gone from a y-axis into an x-axis. That's what happened. It moved 90 degrees flat on the floor. And the reason I'll give you that bit of history there is to point out exactly what will happen to Deontay Wilder if he gets in there if he goes anywhere near Chisora. Yeah, Chisora's all over Wilder. He'll roll, step in, do that little Povetkin jump, bang a left hook. Wilder in the meantime would have been halfway through a right hand, chin, and you got to remember, as I was saying, I'm talking about the Ben Askren thing. Wilder's chin, his chin, in that Teddy Atlas video, in that Teddy Atlas expose video, Deontay Wilder's chin is perfectly tipped in the air. Do you understand that? He ain't tucking his chin, or you'll notice when Chisora fights, his chin's tucked. Chisora's a man who knows how to fight. Wilder don't know how to fight. That's why he's in there with 39 million-year-old men like Ortiz. That's why he's in there with people like Fury. Fury can't fight. What can he do? We've seen him in there with Wallin going 50-50. Anyone could have won that fight that night against Wallin. Yeah? He don't know how to fight. Chisora knows how to fight. Chisora knows you. No, look, listen. We've all seen David Price knock Spark out before. Pricey, look at Pricey versus Povetkin. He was mad. He was mad when he got put down the first time. He was angry at that. But look at tonight. He didn't even get hit half sharp. He got chipped a bit, and that's what the pressure does. We've seen Price is more than happy to go out on his back Tonight he wasn't. Tonight he realised the depth and the seriousness of the situation he was in there with Chisora. This wasn't no joke, yeah? This wasn't even a bit of a joke. And that's why Wilder, fair play to Dave Price, I might mug him off a bit, but the truth be known, number one, he's more of a man than me. Number two, he's damn sure more of a man than Wilder. The difference is, you won't see the white, well, scrap that. Listen, Wilder don't want to go nowhere near Derek Chisora. Roll, it'll be a roll, it will be a step and slip. Step, slip, bang the left hook. Wilder's chin, like, it turns, like, I can't lie. This is one of them things where you have to watch it. Please, anyone who's not sure what I'm talking about, please type in Deontay Wilder exposed by Teddy Atlas, and you'll see Wilder's throws his right hand, and he throws it, yeah, and his chin's just kind of tipped in the air, and he's got both his hands by his waist because he's just finished. When Wilder throws his right hand, he don't bring it back to his side. He throws it, and he ends up with his hands at his waist, and his body's literally spun around. So you see his chin, his little wispy chin. You'll notice Wilder's got a little it's a real Eritrean chin. He's got a real pointy chin, and it's tipped in the air, literally looking. It's not even at eye level. His chin's literally tilted, inverted towards the sky, and that's so important for what I'm talking about, because Wilder will throw the right hand. Chisora, it might not happen in the first round. Don't get me wrong, it might not happen in the first round, but sometime within that fight, Chisora's going to roll or he's going to slip, and he's going to bang the left hook, and that's all you're going to know about it. And you're going to see Wilder concaved on the floor. Yeah. Have you seen people knocked out? When people get knocked spark out, you'll notice that when they lay on their back, you'll notice their back isn't actually flat on the floor. They kind of, when they're actually proper sparkoed, their back concaves, and they have like a little semicircle dip in their back. And that happens because they're breathing. You notice as well, when someone's knocked sparko, they're breathing heavily, man. They're breathing heavily, and they're breathing so hard, their diaphragm lifts them off the ground. They have a massive arch in their back. That's what's going to happen to Wilder. I'll tell you now for free. And that's why Chisora didn't even bother calling him out tonight, because they know. Chisora knows, number one, if I call out Wilder, I'm going to get a dirty test, number one. That's their favourite new trick. They've learnt that new trick. In fact, scrap that. Scrap that. I've just realised. People sit there, Deontay Wilder hasn't said a test. What do we know about Wilder, actually? Let's do a bit of statistical analysis. I'm trying to think. Which one of AJ's fights or Dillian White's fight? Who's turned up dirty? No one. Wait there a minute. Let's do a bit of history here, just for you casual Wilder fans. Wilder. Yeah? Wilder due to fight Povetkin. What happens to Povetkin? Povetkin had a dirty test. Alright, you know what? Let's say that one's pure chance. Let's say, for argument's sake, you're right. That one there is pure chance. We'll give him that one for free. What happens next? Wilder in there with the deadly Ortiz, who, by the way, had beat no one ever. Yeah? 76-year-old Ortiz, who's never beat no one. So anyway, Ortiz comes up. What happens when Wilder signs to fight Ortiz? You got to remember, though, this isn't just, like, coincidence. Povetkin signed to fight Wilder. 2-2s. His tests come up. Ortiz was fine before, clean as you like. Yeah? My mum was like Dettol. Luis Ortiz was what you call Dettol clean before he went anywhere near Wilder. Signs to fight Wilder. Oh man, Luis Ortiz dirty. These people are so scared to fight me. Anyway, you know what? That might have been chance as well. 2-2s now. Dillian White, the man who pays extra for Varda, rocks up. Dillian White's hunting down Deontay Wilder. What happens then? Dirty. Madness. Now, come on, man. There's a thing called statistical significance. There's no way. One might be chance. Two might be chance. There's three incidences of contracts being signed. And they all pop in. That's what you call statistically significant. That's not by chance. That shows there the corruption of the WBC and backed by Deontay Wilder. Let's not get twisted. It's not just WBC. Wait, you know what? Scrap it. It's Wilder. Wilder's the one dude in gaming. Yeah. Ow. Uncle Al. Oh man, Uncle Al. Exposed. Yeah. The YB statistically significantly exposed their man there. They don't want none of Chisora. And it's funny now. There's such a list of people, and you'll notice that Wilder will write every single one of them off. I did a video a few days ago talking about Daniel Dubois. Daniel Dubois wants Wilder bad. What's Wilder say? Oh man, I'm not sure if I'm going to be around to fight Daniel Dubois. Oh man, he a great champion though. That's that one. Next one, Usyk. Oh man, I'd love to fight Alexander Usyk, but he too small. All right then. Next one, Dillian White. Oh man, he gotta wait 21 months. I gotta fight Mr. Pillowfist first. Never mind that. Chisora's on a roll, by the way. Chisora. If anyone, you gotta remember, people write off Chisora. They say, oh man, he lost to Dillian White twice. Oh, he got knocked out versus Dillian White twice. Oh, why don't you fight him then? Well, it's funny because everyone will talk about how AJ's ducking Ortiz, even though he's sent him offers. They'll talk about how Dillian White's ducking Ortiz, even though he sent him offers. But they always say, oh, you need to fight Ortiz first before you can get to Wilder. Well, how about you man need to fight Chisora before you can come any of these UK dons? Seriously, if I was AJ, I'd tell Wilder, if you want me to make your life, yeah, if you want me to get you out the bum ghetto, you best come along and fight Chisora. Wilder won't even want a bit of it. And you know what, actually, whilst I'm here, never mind Del Boy calling out Wilder, I want to see Del Boy versus 90-year-old Ortiz. Do you know what Del Boy would do to Ortiz? Del Boy will literally, the same way, look at David Price. David Price don't quit. He ain't a quitter. For all that David Price is known as, yeah, we know he's a bit chinny, but he don't quit. Chisora made him quit tonight. Chisora made him jack, because he's got a very particular style. He's all over you. There's no time for rest. There's no time for even worrying about your own offense. Chisora will punch your, never mind your corner, he'll punch your tenacity. He'll punch your, what's the word? He'll punch any aspirations you've got clean out of you. Yeah, Pricey was coming in talking about World Championship fights. What happened to all that after the 4th round? He didn't want to know anything about World Championship fights. All he wanted to know about was where the towel's at. He's like, boss man, throw the towel in. I don't want to know more of this. I actually heard, like I said before, like I said at the start of this video, I spoke to Price's camp and they told me, listen, we was planning on fighting Chisora. That weren't no Chisora in there. Whatever that was, we didn't sign to fight this. And actually, Price's team were actually kicking off at Eddie Hearn, saying this is it. Or post-fight, Price's team were kicking off at Eddie Hearn. The YB's got the exclusive footage. Price's team kicking off at Eddie Hearn, saying, "Listen, this isn't what we signed up for. Yeah, we didn't sign up for that kind of work in there. Yeah, we didn't want whatever that was. That weren't no Chisora. That was something possessed in there." And that's God's honest truth. Price didn't want none of that. He didn't want none of that. We've seen him. I've told you before. We've seen him in there with Povetkin. Pricey wanted Povetkin. He was banging the floor. He was that desperate to get back in. Listen, there weren't no banging the floor tonight. He was happy. He was glad. You don't even know. Look at after the so-called towel got thrown in. You won't see no protest from Pricey. He knew. He knew it was done. That's finished. Yeah, not even a bit more. He didn't want no more of that, and arguably rightly so. But it just frustrates me that all the time, it's always our British dons fighting each other. I'm getting tired of it. It's getting a bit of a boring show now. When it's not about USA actually, it's about LDBC, because there's enough of you real USA dons. It's about LDBC and Wilder. When are you LDBC bum ass dudes gonna step up and fight the UK? I'll put Pricey in there with Wilder right now. That there for me is a 50-50 fight. No word of a lie. Now, that's a bit of a stretch, but let me be honest with you. Chisora versus Wilder. God's honest truth. YB now. I'm backing Chisora for that fight. I'm sorry. That's the way I am. You can call me a fanboy, whatever. I'm backing Chisora. Based on his current form. Do you see how much he was slipping and sliding tonight? Are you joking? I just don't see what Wilder's going to do. I just don't. He's going to be all over him. We got to remember. What do we know about Wilder? Wilder's 6'6", 6'7". He's long, and what's Pricey? Pricey's 6'7" as well and long. People talk about him having as much power as Wilder. Oh, what happened to all that tonight? Oh yeah. Oh, Pricey's the hardest hitting heavyweight since whatever. Yeah, David A said himself, Pricey and Wilder are the hardest hitting ones. Where was all that power at? And that's the case in point. When someone's on top of you like that, you can't. When Chisora's on top of you, you can't get that 6'7" frame off. You can't get it off. Especially not. He's not like Wilder. Like as an example, Klitschko versus AJ as an example, or Klitschko versus anyone. Klitschko's got a very short right hand. So even if someone's on top of him, like Povetkin, even if you can get on top of Klitschko, but he can still pull that right hand off because it's short and sharp. Wilder can't. Wilder needs. Look at Wilder's most short right hand. Look at Wilder versus Brazil. That's Wilder's best. That's Wilder's shortest right hand. He needed about 6 foot of runway. Watch it. Seriously, he steps in about 5 feet away with a jab and then drills the right hand down. Yeah, fair play to him. But my point is, Brazil bums ill with his slow feet and his slow hands. He'll give you 6 feet. Chisora went. You're gonna have to learn. He ain't gonna learn, but that's my point. Wilder ain't gonna be able to get that right hand off. Chisora gonna be all over him. And even if he does, this is my point. Even if Wilder does manage to work something out and sling that big 6 feet away right hand, Chisora's only got a slip to the side. Chisora's only going to have to roll under, as he does, against Pricey. Why do you think Pricey couldn't get a right hand off all night? Why do you think Pricey couldn't land his jab all night? Slip, slip, roll, roll, on top of you. That's it. And actually, I've got to be honest, Chisora, this is the best Chisora I've seen. I haven't seen a Chisora moving his head like this in donkey's years. And Chisora actually gets off on fighting taller fighters. Yeah? Now, Fury pulled off, I'll give him his credit. But you got to remember that was back in Fury's prime. That there was literally Fury's prime. Fury, when he fought the second time against Chisora back in 2014, December, that there was, you got to be honest, he jabbed Chisora's quant right in for him. But now, Chisora would not Fury Sparko. But my point is, that's the only way to beat. Chisora back then was almost like, he weren't as good as he is now. He weren't really about it. He was going through a weird stage in his life where he was depressed. He was kind of just wanting money. Now he's got a new fledged release. He actually wants it. He's not messing about. And I was mentioning in my other video, I was questioning Chisora's cardio, but he's got cardio. He was rolling, he was slipping, he was on it all night. And I just think that people need to start calling Wilder out. Even if we know he's going to duck, start calling him out. But then again, like I said before, it's a dangerous thing to do. You call Wilder out, you know what happens. You end up suspended and banned for whatnot for a year for this substance and that substance. So it's probably better not to do that. Anyway, before I go, let me just say this. I don't want to see Chisora versus... You know what, I'm sick of seeing matchroom fighters having to fight each other, if the truth be known. Oh, Chisora must fight Usyk. Oh, Chisora must fight... You know, let him fight Parker, not Parker Sparko as well. In fact, that's a good body. In fact, you know what, I'm going to embrace this. I do want to see Chisora versus Parker, just so he can get another notch in his belt. But then, I want to see Chisora versus Wilder. I'm telling you now, if Chisora beats Parker and gets that other notch on his belt, and has that extra confidence, and has that extra conditioning and an extra boost, he knocks Wilder out within 6 or 7 rounds, in my opinion. In fact, scrap the prediction. Within 12 rounds, Chisora will knock Wilder out. I can just see it now. He won't have no offense, and he'll get knocked out, 100%. Big left hook, in my opinion. Let me know your thoughts.